Hello everyone, my name is Nicole from ladypreferstosave.com, and today I am part of another awesome collab, this time the New Year's resolution tag. So if you'd like to see some of my thoughts moving forward and resolutions for the new year, stay tuned. Before we begin, everyone, just keep in mind that as this is a collab, the playlist for all the awesome ladies being part of this collab will be in the description bar below. And then if you see me looking over, it's just me reading the questions off of my screen. So let's get started. My first question for the tag is, if you had to choose one word to represent the year you just had, what would it be? It was my year of truth. I did a lot of soul searching. I reprioritized a lot of things in my life and my businesses and made a point of putting myself first and realizing there are a lot of things I needed to change. And so coming to these personal truths, speaking my personal truth was very important to me. And so that would be my term for the year. The next question would be, what word would you choose to represent your goals for the upcoming year? I have a post coming out on this. Actually, it would have just come out on the 28th, and my word for 2018 is hustle. This will be my year of hustle. It will be all about my businesses. I'm putting myself out there. I really want to invest in more live streaming and my YouTube channel, as well as my blog, and so I am fully transitioning away from my former career in the legal industry completely towards my YouTube endeavors. I have a really bad habit of letting other people affect my mood, and it's something that I really need to work on. For example, I have a hard time reading forums on Facebook, especially matters that are political, and not having a knee-jerk reaction. I also have a tendency to reflect on the words of other people long after they've stated things, and it just is something I need to move past and not necessarily mull over every statement that people make. I have a hard time with that, especially in a lot of women's groups and blogging communities where there's a lot of clicks and there's a lot of people who make comments. I even had someone a few months ago ask me if I made my living as a full-time blogger off of influencer boxes or samples. It's something that really bothered me, and it's something that shouldn't have even been a second thought in the world, and it's something that really just kind of hurt my feelings. And so I want to let those kind of comments in the year just kind of mull over, just kind of no longer affect me. And so that's something I definitely need to work on. That's a bad habit that I have, and it's something I need to work on in the future. The next question, name a trend that you'd like to see continue from last year into the new year. Well, that's kind of difficult because I don't really buy into a lot of trends and things. Let me see. A trend that I would love to see continue in the near future is the trend of decluttering and minimalism. That is a huge facet of my life and my lifestyle, and I'm so glad that decluttering methods such as the KonMari method, such as the minimalist and other such, people who have started out on the blogging level have become huge internet celebrities and best-selling authors, and I'm so glad that they're able to spread that message to other people and to say that you can live a great life, a fuller life on less things and less turmoil and less money and less instances of negativity in your life. I definitely hope that that continues in the future, including that things like capsule wardrobes and less consumerism and more intentional buying and more intentional living, and people who are working less and earning more and living in smaller houses and having more intentional lives with their families, and for women to become more intentional entrepreneurs. I hope that all those things in the movement towards intentionality and zero waste living and minimalism continue for decades to come. The next question is, what change would you like to see made to your home? In the next year, there's a few things that I would like to see in my home. The first thing is I would like to see me painting all of my walls. I've put it off for about a year, and as I've been decluttering, you'll see in a lot of shots through my home, you'll see plaster on the walls or little putty here and there, and that's because as we've decluttered and taken things off the walls, we've removed the nails and screws and patched the walls, and we just haven't really decided on a wall color yet. And so I would really like to see a light, bright white background for my home, so that's something I intend to do. A few other things I'd like to see in my home. I need to set a schedule for myself in terms of work. And so I would like to see my workday end by 3 p.m. each workday, Monday through Friday. I think this is a great obtainable goal for me in the coming year. I think it'll help me unwind and be in a better position to greet my family when they come home after 4 p.m. from school, and that I will just be in a better mood. I would also like to see in my home, in terms of my yard and my landscaping, to focus less on annuals and more on perennials and more sustainable plants in my landscape. I would also like to see me cutting down on not just the trash that I worked on this year in 2017 in terms of zero waste living, but to also cut back on a lot of things that I've recycled in terms of post-consumer recycled goods. I'd like to just kind of cut a lot of that out too. I would also like to see me upping more of our family savings. I would like to see me having more time to work out in my home gym that I've been putting together, and also to spend more time with my family and the kiddo and fuzzies, and just more time, just being more intentional and purposed in my time, changing my aesthetic a little bit, and you know, making some time for myself, self-care, white walls, less recycles, you know, this can be done. Okay, the next question. What is your New Year's resolution? In terms of my resolution for the coming year, I actually, again, just wrote a post on this that posted on the 28th, and I actually break my goals down into different subsections, including marriage and motherhood, my business, and my personal endeavors. And so that will be linked below in the description bar if you'd like to see that more in depth. But if I had to have one overlining facet to my coming year, I would say it is going to be my health. It is definitely not a matter at this point of necessarily losing weight, but of developing better eating habits and finding ways to nourish my body that I don't feel hungry, or worrying more about the cost of food than what I'm consuming. These are things that I think veganism is really going to help me, especially considering that on a plant-based diet, I have to focus on organics and I have to focus on nourishing my body, and to find ways to incorporate not just exercise, but tranquility and self-care in many facets of my life and my business. And so this year will be the year of hustle for my business, and it will be the year of intentionality for my health. And so those are my resolutions moving forward. And again, the rest of my facets for marriage and motherhood and blogging and vlogging and all those other things will be in my posts in the description bar below. And so guys, those are my resolutions for 2018, my year of hustle. I loved this tag. This was really, really fun, the New Year's resolution tag. And again, please be sure to check the description bar below for the playlist to see all the other wonderful ladies, and be sure to stop by and check out their videos and to see if you may be inspired to create a few more resolutions for yourself in the coming year. And as always, please be kind to yourself and to others, and have a wonderful rest of your day, and thanks for watching.